What's up, everybody? So today we're going to be adding angle to the E46. We're going to do budget angle, which involves some tie rod spacers, and that's it. I got some shims from Cast Your Car. Each are 1 mil thick. We're going to add 5 mil to each inner tie rod. Give us some couple degrees of angle for basically, I think I said $9, shipped on 25 of those. Hopefully it'll allow us to keep up with Ryan and Brandon in terms of angle. They both have modded knuckles, and I think Brandon might have some arms. I believe Brian has E46 arms on his E36. But I don't want to put big angle on this car just because my fitment, I'm already pretty perfect. And if I add any sort of extended lower arms, it's just gonna make it a nightmare. Aftermarket fenders, fender flares. I don't want to do that right away, so we're gonna start with this. We're gonna max out the stock angle, use these toe plates, some tape, mark it, and then compare once we have the tie rod spacers in so we can see how many degrees of angle we have gotten. Yeah. It'd be a lot easier if I just turned the car on. Oh, look at this full lock angle, baby. So right now, before we get into the job, we are taking measurements of the stock angle so we can compare. We have everything marked. This is just a straight edge with the wheels straight. This is stock angle. And then Brian's over here gonna take some measurements to see what we're at.
Now we're gonna figure out this angle right here, which is the angle of your steering, using this
digital angle gauge. Just because the table's not fully straight, we're working on some plastic tables, so we're just gonna compensate.
So we're at about 36.5, so roughly 38 degrees is what you're at stock.
Who knows how much is stock, but we're starting at 38, so we'll compare. I'm hoping probably if we're at 38, I'm hoping 45. What do you think we're gonna get?
42. Oh, shoot. I think you only get a couple degrees. 42. I think you get like 3 degrees.
Nah. We're going big boy status. We're going 45 degrees.
So you're gonna gain 7 degrees.
Yeah.
We'll see.
No, we'll probably end up maybe like 43, but hoping for a little bit more. We'll see. So first steps, we gotta jack up the car now. And let's get under there and take a look. So we're gonna go down here. I already did it on this side, but we take off both clamps, both for the boot, tie rod boot. Take off both clamps, slide it down. You have the inner tie rod where it bolts to the rack. We are gonna undo this boy, and that's where we're putting the spacers in. All right, so we got our spacers here, super tight fitting. Throw it on here. We're gonna Loctite this, blue Loctite, not red. Throw it back in. Simple as that. Cheap mod. Hopefully get a couple degrees of angle, and we're good to go. You really don't want to run more than 5 because then there's not quite enough threads for it to grip. So 5 is usually the maximum you want to go. I know some people say 4 is the max you can go, but on my E36, I ran 5 mil worth of spacer. This is the exact same one for years and no issues. Make sure it's nice and snug, but obviously not over tighten it like I normally do. But that's one side, so let's go to the other side. You're gonna leave it loose so that we can adjust it when it's on the ground and get an actual alignment. Right now we're just kind of getting it close enough. What we're gonna try to get as straight as possible to have equal comparison from how it was before. So we're gonna throw the toe plate on. I'm gonna adjust the toe to make sure it's exactly the same, and then we'll adjust the angle. Sorry, not adjust the angle, we will calculate the angle and compare it. Still a little bit off. Actually towed it in too much, so we'll push some out. I think we were going the wrong way. So make sure you're going the right way.
Okay, so next you got this little, so we're aligned with it. So we got it lined up with the original mark after aligning the tie rod, I guess. Have you seen a marker?
On top of your hood.
This isn't my hood. I don't own Miatas.
All right, so we got the measurement with this tool. We're using the digital angle gauge again.
So we're at
1.5 at a standstill, 40.8. So we're gonna add the 1.5 onto the 40.8 just because it's not straight, which gives us, I can't do math, but 42.3?
Something like that.
42.3, something like that. Which gave us about 4 degrees a gain. 4 degrees of steering angle for like $9. Obviously it's not perfect, it's not gonna give me crazy entries or any of that nonsense, but it was cheap. I didn't really have to modify anything. I had to do an alignment anyways, so what do you think?
I think backies are coming soon. Just kidding.
Very small amount of angles added, so if you're just looking for a couple degrees just to get your little feet wet with some angle, you pick up some shim rings. If anyone's interested, let me know. I have a whole bunch now.
We're also going to the Top Drift shootout tonight, so we're not competing with this, but we'll show you some of the footage from that as well.
Track drinks.
Tall boys. Yes, these are tall boys.
This is too much vlogging.